Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and today we're talking about Fortnite on the fucking cell phone. Now, I'm gonna make this video a little different than what I usually would do. Usually, I would play through like the first two levels of a game, but touch upon the other features. But usually when it comes to weird ports on different systems that I never expected. Now, when it comes to multiplayer games, it's not really a possible thing. You can't really just get your one idea from one match and sort of go along with it. Now, what I've actually decided to do this time is I played a bunch of maps, I played a bunch of different matches, and basically compile whatever footage I need to, and I'm essentially going to talk about what the experience really is. So for those of you who don't know, Fortnite's been making the news again. All right, you got rappers playing games, and it's getting some mainstream traction. I'm pretty sure at this point it's far outclassed the traction that PlayerUnknown's Battleground has. Now, not to say that's directly comparing the game. If you play the games for an extended period of time, you'll find out they're actually different battle royale games. So I've been getting into Fortnite for about a week now, a little bit over a week. I usually have been exclusively playing PlayerUnknown's Battleground, and even then I don't play that too much. Y'all know your boy really plays Rainbow Six Siege religiously, and if any game, that still has my tie-in. But I wouldn't mind another gaming addiction, don't worry about that. On top of finishing Final Fantasy X, after all, what else could another boy need? But anyways, back to the topic. Fortnite finally released on mobile platforms. So if you've been following it, it's actually released exclusively right now in beta, or invite only as they call it, for iPhones or iOS devices. Coincidentally, if you live in maple syrup land like I do, PUBG released for Android phones. I don't know, it's like a weird fucking turf war these motherfuckers have with each other. But anyways, back to the story over here. Now, I didn't really expect this port to be kicking in. I sort of half expected it. I'm still impressed with how PUBG turned out to be from Tencent. For those of you who don't remember that video, I played PlayerUnknown's Battleground, released in China, one of the two ports, the big official one, I guess you could say, Eternal Battlefields. Now, that game impressed me because not only did it have the entire 100-player Battleground that we expected on the PC, it had the same map, the same guns, the same sounds. The graphics were obviously downplayed for the cell phones, but they still looked pretty damn good once they were in the palm of your hand, and for a cell phone device, they were pretty impressive. What really impressed me then was the fact that it was running on Unreal Engine 4. For those of you who have no idea, that is the same engine that the PC version runs on. Now, Unreal Engine 4 is scalable, so I expected that, but I wasn't sort of expecting the complete one-to-one port job that Tencent managed to pull off. It ran better than the Xbox One X version. It ran better than the Xbox One period. And not only that, but it had pretty much one-to-one what you expected from the game in of itself. So ultimately, it was a port that really had impressed me. Now, do I play it over the PC version? Not really. Never. No way in hell would I play that over the PC version. I would like my keyboard and mouse over my touch screens any day, and I would like a screen bigger than like 6-7 inches. Thank you very much. But I was impressed. If you want a PUBG on the go, in your bed, whatever, in the palm of your hands, you have it right there. So Fortnite is a port that I actually did expect. I wasn't totally shocked by this. Being the fact that Fortnite also runs on the same engine, Unreal Engine 4, and it's coming out by Epic Games, the people who own the engine, I expected them to be pretty good at porting this game across. Not only that, but Fortnite currently is their cash cow. Now, Fortnite on the consoles has gotten a massive update. It runs super smooth, 60 frames, looks really damn good, whether you're playing on, whatever system you're playing on, okay? I've been playing on the Xbox One X, PS4 Pro, shit looks really nice. PC stuff looks really damn good. So the biggest question was, how would it translate over to a fucking cell phone? Now for this instance, I've been playing on the iPhone X. Currently, this is the fastest iOS device that I own. I don't own the newest iPad Pro. I assume the best experience must be on the newest iPad Pro, considering that it has beefier specifications than my cell phone would. But the best iOS device that I have is my iPhone X. That's about it. I don't have any other faster iOS device, nor did I want to buy a faster iOS device for the purposes of playing video games or making these videos. So I loaded up Fortnite onto my phone. I got invited through the invitational event from Epic Games, and I started my couple matches. Now, the first thing that I liked about Fortnite on the phones is it's completely synced. All right, so if you've been playing the shit ton on the PC, you can easily carry that over and just start ranking up on your cell phones, and I believe you can rank it up on your console devices too. So it's completely synced. Now, as far as graphics and the performance and stuff goes, graphically, it's not as good as my PC. I didn't fucking expect it to be. I run the game at maximum settings possible, and I have beefy hardware for it. this version of the game actually has a lot of shine that I didn't really expect. Now, first of all, the resolution's a little lower, obviously. The performance is kind of all over the place right now. In fact, I think at the moment it runs worse than the mobile PUBG we played. It runs between like 30, I think I get maybe pockets of 60 frames per second, but it's a little inconsistent. And I kind of expected it's version 1.0. We're going to wait for it to be updated, obviously. But the visual effects, as far as, shine on your weapons are all still there. I believe some of the lighting is actually really present too. Obviously, the really intensive lighting you get from walking up to, say, a loot chest on the consoles or PC is a little bit more muted on the cell phone variant of the game. Things like lighting, shadows are all obviously limited down. Think of it as Fortnite running on low settings. You get this weird effect when you're skydiving down, which again is still really impressive because you get to see the whole world. But when you skydive down, the, I guess, barrier for when things start loading up is obviously a lot closer. So shadows literally will load up like 2 feet ahead of you. It's very noticeable stuff if you look for it. And that's the key word, if you look for it. If you're a casual gamer, which most of the people playing on a cell phone will probably be, you won't really give a shit. You'll just be excited that you can play it at all on your phone anyways with playable frame rates. Now, as far as the gameplay side of it goes, all of it is one-to-one. That is the most impressive part of it. They kept the game as one-to-one as possible. In fact, so fucking one-to-one that if you have friends who play on the PC, you can actually invite them to your party on cell phones and play a match of Fortnite together. So, assuming the fact you're one of those people who don't have a computer fast enough, but you want to play with your PC friends, and you ever had to say, my cell phone can run fucking Fortnite better than my TV better than my computer, yeah, you'd be one of those people. You can easily invite them and get into games together, which is pretty damn sweet. Now you might be wondering, Muda, wouldn't I get fucking slaughtered? Yeah, you would. You would get fucking destroyed if you were playing with the PC players right now, but there are some things that Epic Games has introduced to help you. Number one, a very, very fucking generous aim assist. Holy fucking Christ. If you thought now I've been playing the game on the PS4. It's pretty helpful, okay? It literally will guide you. It's like, dumbass? Guy right there, shoot. The phone version assumes you're fucking blind. So all you really have to do is look at the general vicinity of the guy you're shooting, or want to shoot, guy or gal. You hit the shoot button, and you're good, all right? It will track the motherfucker down and kill it for you. It is that fucking easy. Control-wise, they've actually been pretty fucking good with their scheme this time. A lot of these clone PUBG games, Fortnite games, have like weird control schemes. Really, really cluttered schemes is what I really get out of it. So if you play the Rules of Survival, you'll notice that it has the really cluttered screen. Same thing with Knives Out. Even PlayerUnknown's Battleground has a pretty fucking cluttered screen. Fortnite, on the other hand, likes to keep things very dynamic. So the left side of your screen is obviously moving your character around, right side of the screen is aiming. You tap anywhere on the right side and you're pulling off shots. There are zoom buttons, there are jump buttons, there are buttons that switch you into the crafting mode, and it's pretty easy to tap everything all at once. It takes really about 15-20 minutes, a match or two, to really get used to the control scheme. But I gotta say, out of all the control schemes with these type of games, the phone version of Fortnite has the best one out there. So that's one thing going for it. Beyond that, they actually really intelligently render enemies properly so that even if you're playing on a small screen, you'll notice that you can see enemies fairly easily, which is very helpful. You don't want to play a game where you have to like A, squint to the fucking screen, and then B, not be able to see the motherfuckers you're supposed to shoot at. I'm really glad they actually managed to program the graphics in that fashion. I really would have hated it if the graphics were nice, like super duper nice, you had lighting everywhere, which you do a little bit, but I couldn't fucking see the enemy, of course. What's the point of a shooter if you can't see the goddamn enemy? It's like Siege before they updated the lighting models. You couldn't fucking see inside buildings whatsoever, but now you can. So ultimately, the mobile version of Fortnite is pretty damn sweet. Sound-wise, it's all the same. The file size is much smaller. It's about 2 gigs versus 16 gigs on the console and PC. That's always due to the fact that they're running compressed versions of all the assets and visual features and whatnot. But as far as the core gameplay goes, it's pretty damn good. But what's more impressive about it, because of the fact it shares all the same code base, this is a cross-platform version. Mark my words, when this game gets fully released, I guarantee you this will probably have the dominant player platform, the dominant player population. Not platform. Platform probably will always be PC or one of the high-end consoles. But I guarantee you there's going to be a lot more people getting into Fortnite and playing it, and it's going to be a lot more mainstream just due to the fact that it's coming out on a cell phone for everyone to play, free and whatnot. I think at this point, PlayerUnknown's Battleground needs to make it here internationally to mobile phones, Android, iOS, whatever. Because at this point, these motherfuckers are taking over the Battle Royale game, and for good reasons. Not only do they have an interesting game, they've got an in-depth game. Obviously, I would prefer PUBG because it's a little more slow, methodical, but Fortnite is great if you want to get in for a quick match, and I think the fact that you're on a cell phone, quick matches are pretty damn sweet on it. So, all in all, it might end up becoming a side addiction for me like Rainbow Six Siege is, and I'm all okay with that. But again, you always know that I've made videos where I played these weird games on these systems that I never expected seeing them come out onto. Fortnite on the cell phone is almost like having Call of Duty 4 on the Wii. In fact, it almost literally is that. It's like playing COD 4 Reflex Edition. It's literally that much impacted. It's impacting me that much. Obviously, these phones are getting stronger, but seeing them run games that are on the same consoles that we play our games on, the same current-gen consoles, is pretty fucking impressive. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been me talking about Fortnite on the iOS platform. I guess you could say this has been a comprehensive review because I played a bunch of matches, and frankly, I really had to say all I needed to say to get it out. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.